Someone died from eating fast food? What? No way! This is Heart Attack Grill, the unhealthiest restaurant in America. More entertainment than cuisine, this Las Vegas restaurant is owned by this guy, John Basso, who wears a white coat and carries a stethoscope despite not being an actual doctor. Now, I didn't know much about this restaurant until I watched this video right here.
Called the unhealthiest restaurant in America, the Heart Attack Grill is a restaurant that actively promotes eating until you have a heart attack. It has become synonymous with epic
Why are you
portions,
promoting that?
greasy food, and unhealthy lifestyle choices. But this particular restaurant has taken their trend so far that some customers have even died.
Well, yeah, like, why are you promoting obesity in America? That's clearly a huge problem in the United States. And promoting it and glorifying it and making it easier for people to be obese, I don't think that's anything to be proud of.
The Heart Attack Grill was opened in 2005 by a former fitness guide and franchise owner, John Basso. Basso curated the world's unhealthiest menu, which he is immensely proud of. Tired of promoting and advising patients unsuccessfully on how to lose weight, he opted to do the opposite. Open a restaurant giving into human beings' most base desires.
What? So the guy, he was like an angry fitness instructor who was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm tired of people not listening to me. I'm just gonna make them fatter. Like, I don't know, to me that's nothing to be proud of. I just don't get it.
John Basso states the guiding principle of his business is honesty. And in this case, the food he serves is so unhealthy it can contribute to heart attacks and health complications. Basso has a particular gimmick in his restaurant. He dresses up as a doctor and carries a stethoscope, making waitresses and customers refer to him as Dr. John. It only adds to the image of him that he is an authority on what makes the human body tick, or rather, explode. Basso is open about the fact that the food at his restaurant is bad for people and will likely result in health complications if often consumed. But nothing could have prepared him for the lawsuit and medical emergencies that would occur as a result.
Yeah,
but for John,
no kidding.
this is all good news. When the restaurant opened in Arizona, it featured a sign for patrons that read, "Caution, this establishment is bad for your health." So why do people still go?
Because it's entertainment. It's glorifying this whole way of life and way of eating, and people are like excited about it. They look at it like a challenge, like a gimmick almost. Like, oh yeah, there's this place called Heart Attack Grill. We should go there. It seems cool.
Is that society is revolting against the recent health trends that emerged in the late 2000s. But this can have deadly consequences. Inside the Heart Attack Grill, the catchphrase, "taste worth dying for," is proudly displayed. But the most controversial and ethically ambiguous element about the Heart Attack Grill is that anyone weighing over 350 pounds eats for free all day, every day, in an unlimited amount.
So you're making it
The restaurant is
easier
designed to encourage as much gluttony as possible, even featuring the all-you-can-eat fries bar, where French fries are fried in animal lard instead of vegetable oil.
Oh my God.
But it's not just gluttony that's the selling point. It's also appeal. The servers at the Heart Attack Grill are generally beautiful women dressed in tight nurse costumes.
It's entertainment.
There's even a bit of kink at play with these waitresses. If you don't
It's not
finish all
about
your
the
food at
food.
the grill, you get spanked by your nurse. Everything
It's
about
about
the
the
servers
experience
is
of
tailored
going
to
there.
spark desire. John seemed to enjoy the controversy, and in every interview would describe the ways in which the restaurant could kill you. This ranged from sugary drinks to butter-fat milkshakes. An important note was also the exclusion of vegetables on the menu. Later, John would attempt to push the envelope even further, creating the world's most calorific burger. Naturally, this would drum up even more publicity. The quadruple bypass burger contained 9,982 calories, making it the world's unhealthiest commercially available burger.
And you're making it free for anyone that's over 350 pounds. And if you're over 350 pounds, clearly you have an addiction to food. It's an addiction. It's like drugs. So this guy is making it easier for addicts to get their drug of choice, which in this case is food. There's nothing cool about that.
To add to the controversy, the Heart Attack Grill added a spokesperson to feature in all of their ads. Blair River was a 6'8" man who weighed approximately 570 pounds. In the ads, he would promote the fact that he ate for free at their restaurant due to his weight. Unfortunately, tragedy soon struck, and Blair passed away in 2011 at the age of 29. The cause of death was ruled as pneumonia. John Basso stated after his death that had Blair been thinner, he would likely have survived the illness. Basso was accused of
Wow.
glorifying obesity, to which he responded, absolutely. He even commented that if patrons did die at the restaurant, it would be great for business. Despite his callous comments, the public response was surprisingly positive, with many describing Basso's honesty as refreshing. In October,
Yeah, you know why? Because there's two groups of people that go to this restaurant. There's the people that are in decent shape and probably have little to no risk of coronary artery disease, heart attack, stroke, and they go there just for the entertainment value. It's fun. They go there like once a year, maybe once in their lifetime. But then there's this entirely other segment that are obese and they have an addiction to food. And now they're seeing this place with delicious burgers. I have no doubt that this food tastes amazing because it's like comfort food. It's got all of these ingredients that are addictive to our brains. And now if you're over 350 pounds, you can go there and eat for free. Unlimited amount of food for free whenever you want. That's like giving a heroin addict free heroin. Would you ever do that? Like if your friend's an alcoholic, are you going to be like, hey, John, you want to keep drinking with me? Hey, buddy, you want a beer? Like, are you going to keep badgering about it? No, you're advertising this in the faces of the people with a real problem. And it's in a city where everybody just wants to go let loose and have fun and forget about life for a while. Billy Joel song reference.
2011, the Heart Attack Grill moved its branch from Arizona to Sin City itself, Las Vegas. The premises featured an electronic cattle scale where people could weigh themselves before entering the restaurant. Attendance doubled with the opening, as did profits. They also altered their menu somewhat.
Look at the cost of these burgers. Oh my God. What the hell? Octuple bypass? Add 40 bacon slices? What? And look in the bottom right, over 350, eat free, unlimited single bypass burgers. Like, God. You literally are trying to kill people, and you're making a shit ton of money.
The bypass burger, which contains 19,900 calories. The burger features 8 patties and 40 pieces of bacon. Different content creators began flocking to the restaurant to film themselves trying to consume the entire burger, which brought in even more customers. But it wasn't long before medical complications started to arise. In one case, a customer had to be transported by ambulance to the hospital after eating the triple bypass burger. In February 2012, it was alleged that a man suffered a heart attack while eating at the restaurant. 2 months later, a woman collapsed in the Las Vegas branch. Basso's response was typical, stating such events were inevitable and that his clientele was the avant-garde of nutritional risk takers. A year later, the heart attack
this guy seems like? This guy seems like one of those super villains in a Bond movie who like seemingly gets away with whatever he wants when in reality he's just doing terrible things.
Had an unofficial spokesperson. John Alleman was recognized as the restaurant's most loyal customer, eating there every single day without fail. On February 11th, 2013, after eating his daily burger,
John
Alleman suffered a heart attack and died right outside the doors of the controversial eatery. Basso's next move would go beyond the outrageous. He decided to keep the cremated remains of Alleman.
What? This guy is insane.
At the restaurant, and even brought them to a news interview. But still, the public continued to support Basso, reiterating their respect for him, trying to make the world more aware of the consequences of unhealthy eating. Basso said his ultimate goal was to make people reflect on their lifestyle choices. While he preaches self-awareness and spreads the message.
I call bullshit on that. This guy's goal is to make money. You're not bringing awareness to anything when you offer free food to people over 350 pounds. That's not bringing awareness. That's catering to someone's addiction, John.
That food kills, he still profits from others harming themselves. But should he be held responsible for what people decide to do with their bodies?
Yes!
The Heart Attack Grill is certainly grotesque in its display of power, excess, consumerism, and the example of the world we live in where everything is so freely available to us.
Example of America. Unreal. That blows my mind. Oh, God. That riled me up. That got me fired up inside. But you know what? I'm hungry. Like, watching that made me hungry. That food looked delicious. And to be honest, I kind of want a burger, but not one with 8 patties and 40 slices of bacon.